Hello, Steeler Nation, and welcome to your latest episode of your Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. I'm your co-host, Britsburgh, Owen, speaking to you here in the UK, guys. So, guys, it's a tale of the tape. It's Dotson versus Kendrick Green. Guys, who wins? That's the question. That's the big question, isn't it? So, going into training camp, everyone obviously is talking about the quarterback battle, aren't they? You know, Trubisky versus Pickett, possibly versus the reindeer. But one of the battles that I want to talk about is the left guard battle. The battle left guard between Kevin Dotson and Kendrick Green. Last year, Kendrick Green played center. Last year, Kevin Dotson played up until week 9 when he was placed on the IR with a high ankle sprain and then missed the remainder of the season. Obviously, Dotson has got more experience than Green. Green obviously is in his sophomore season and played, obviously, like I said, at center last year, but it was a natural guard when he was at Illinois. So that is the key question. Now, one good thing, guys, we've got to keep in the forefront of our imagination. Any sort of camp battle, any sort of position battle, any sort of that two dogs, one bone scenario that Tomlin so loves, it's going to raise the standards, guys. When two people are competing against each other for a job, it always raises the standards. And that can only be good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Dotson v. Green can only be good for the Steelers. So let's have a look at the tail of the tape, shall we? Let's have a look at the two guys, get a few facts and figures. Obviously, there's not a great deal of stats around offensive linemen anyway, but let's start by looking at this. So here's personal information. So Dotson v. Green. Let's see. So we've got Kevin Dotson. Kevin Dotson is 25 years old. He's from West Point, Mississippi. He's 6'4". He's 321 pounds. He played at Plaquemine High School in Louisiana, and he went to college in Louisiana, and he was a round 4 pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2020. Now, Kendrick Green is from Peoria, Illinois. He's 6'4". Now, I dispute that. I don't think he looks 6'4". He doesn't look the same height as Kevin Dotson. He's 315 pounds, which puts him about 6 pounds lighter than Dotson. He went to Peoria High School in Illinois. He went to Illinois College and was a 3rd-round pick in 2021 for the Steelers. So in terms of picks, Green is the higher round pick. And as Kevin Colbert said, in that interview that he gave before he stepped down as general manager, the first 3 rounds, you're looking for those guys to become starters and to really impress. So that's something they're going to want from Kendrick Green. Let's have a look now at some stats from PFF. So in these stats here, it tells you obviously the offensive snaps played, it tells you the number of penalties given away, and it tells you the number of sacks allowed. So in terms of the seasons, of the 2021 season, Kevin Dotson, as we know, played a limited number of snaps. That's because of the injury that he sustained in week 9. He played 565 offensive snaps, which put him tied 65th for guards. He gave away 5 penalties and allowed 3 sacks. Kendrick Green on a number more of snaps, obviously 975, which was tied 17th, gave away 9 penalties and allowed 3 sacks. Obviously, some of those penalties were for a questionable attitude and some overly aggressive play from Green at times, which he does have in his arsenal that he can be a bit over aggressive. So we're still faced, obviously, with this dilemma. Is it going to be Kendrick Green at left guard, or is it going to be Kevin Dotson at left guard? Now, let's look back, shall we, for a minute. Kevin Dotson obviously started in 2020 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In his first season, he really impressed, didn't he? In his rookie year, he really was looking like a quality NFL guard. But then obviously had a subpar sophomore year and obviously missed a lot of time with injury. So that first season, guys, if we think back to Kevin Dotson that first season, he was a bulldozer, wasn't he, in the run game? And he was even more impressive in pass protection. He had the highest pass block grade among rookies in 2020. However, that slipped to 49th amongst guards in 2021, obviously on a less number of games, and also the fact that your sample size is going to be bigger. Last year, Kevin Dotson, I think, suffered because he was worried too much about everybody else's game. He had Dan Moore to one side of him, who was a rookie tackle, and he had Kendrick Green, a struggling center, to the other side of him. So he spent a lot of time worrying about what everyone else was doing, worrying and showing concern for his teammates rather than concentrating on his own game, which had an adverse effect on his game. Now, Kendrick Green, on the other hand, obviously played at center last year and really did struggle. Some really wayward snaps, some questionable bits of play, got bull rushed quite a few times, ended up in Ben Roethlisberger's lap, and was a bit of a concern really at center. Now, one thing that concerns me, obviously, with even in playing guard, and the fact that he is, yes, a not more natural guard, is the fact that, well, he's going to go into it with the same issues over strength, the same issues over his physical size. And that's one area that Dotson really wins. Dotson is a physically bigger specimen than Kendrick Green. And that's something that's going to really stand Dotson in good stead when it comes to this battle between the two of them. For me, at Latrobe, at St Vincent College, we're going to watch this position battle take place between Kevin Dotson and Kendrick Green. And I think, my personal opinion at this moment in time, if I've got to put my money where my mouth is that Kevin Dotson will run away with this battle. Like I said, even though Green had played guard at college and is a natural guard, and said even that he feels more comfortable playing there than at centre, and even Ben Roethlisberger suggested him as a guard rather than a centre at the end of last season. Dotson, like I said, has more size, has more strength, is the more natural guard, is the more physically powerful guard. If Green is playing at guard, Green will be one of the smallest guards in the NFL. And like I said, that size is going to be something that goes against him. I think he'll still get bull rushed. I don't think he's got the physical wingspan as well to compete with opposition defensive linemen. Dotson was on the IR, like I said, from week 9 last year. But I think if he stays healthy, he'll make more progress. We'll see more of the Kevin Dotson of his rookie year rather than the Kevin Dotson of last season. Now, when he came into training camp last season, there was some concerns over Dotson's conditioning and his size. However, I think that has obviously been taken care of this year. If you look at him during OTAs and during minicamp, he was a much more lean physical specimen, much more ready to work, and much more ready to be the guard that we all know he is capable of being. I think as well, you're going to be looking at a situation where Dotson this year will play and he will be not have to worry about any others. He will focus solely on himself because he'll have Dan Moore in his second year, who made steps forward last season. I think under Pat Mayo will continue to make steps forward in this new season. In addition to that, he's going to have a lot more solid centre alongside of him, Mason Cole, who I think is 39 career starts at centre and is a more natural centre, certainly, than Kendrick Green. A healthy Dotson means brute strength. It means quick feet. It means being a road grader. And certainly at times last season, when he was fully fit, we did actually see that road grader, that physical specimen, that bully. The guy who can bully defensive linemen. He can shove them around. He can ragdoll them. And that's something I think we're going to see this season with a healthy Kevin Dotson. And that's why I think he will win the battle between Green and Dotson at the end of the day for that left guard spot. He's talked as well himself. I heard him being interviewed on Steelers Blitz with Wes Euler and Arthur Moats, and he was saying that he is now fully healthy and he's taking a lot better care of himself. He even admitted that his recovery work from the previous season was just going to sleep after practices and going to sleep after games. He said he's now obviously got a much more regimented routine now, with massages, with cool down activities, with the way he eats, been a lot more healthy, and he's obviously looking after himself a great deal more than he was last season. I think that again will stand him in good stead this year. So just to summarize, to think it off with Kevin Dotson versus Kendrick Green, I think that Dotson wins the left guard spot. And I think Green will be a backup center and backup guard on the roster and on game day. And we'll certainly get some snaps there at guard and even could at center if Cole is struggling or is not showing his fullest capabilities or is not fully fit at any point in the season. The offensive line for me that will start in week 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals will be left tackle Dan Moore, left guard Kevin Dotson, center Mason Cole, right guard James Daniels, who I absolutely love and cannot wait to see play, and right tackle Chukes Okorafor, who still does concern me slightly. So guys, it's Dotson v Green. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be Kevin Dotson? Is it going to be Kendrick Green? And let me know why you think that. And guys, if you have not yet subscribed to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, hit that subscribe button. Come and join the Syndicate family. Thanks for listening, guys. And let's finish this, as we always do, with Here We Go Steelers. Come on!